Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Chicago Blackhawks franchise mode here in NHL 23. So we have made it back to the playoffs, not really a surprise. We are going to be taking on Minnesota in round one, and both of our teams very similar in the sense that our records were very close. The only difference really between our teams is they were better on their special teams while we were better 5-on-5. They also do have a couple former players, as we remembered, because we played them like last year, I think it was in the playoffs. So it's going to be interesting to see if those guys can get the best of us this year. But they have basically Ville Pettersson, who's there. He's been a better offensive player with them than he was with us, I'd say. But his career plus minus is absolutely atrocious. And they still have Sasha Pielmeyer, who's a very solid player for them as well. So we got to watch out for those two guys, but they don't have the best defensive core, and their goaltending has changed a bit since last year. So it's going to be interesting to see if we're able to beat them and hopefully past the second round as well and beyond that, because this team needs to win a Stanley Cup soon, or else we're going to start to fall apart. Like, our window isn't going to be necessarily closed, but it's definitely going to start falling apart quite rapidly, in the sense that we have a lot of pending free agents this offseason. Obviously, we do still have Vance and Reefers and whatnot locked up, which is good, but at the same time, we need to have the supporting cast around those guys, or else this team won't go that far for sure. So hopefully this is the year for us to do well. We're going to be trusting Aiden Howden for now, but if Aiden Howden doesn't do well, we'll maybe give Blackburn a game, and if Blackburn doesn't do well, we'll turn to Ned and see if Ned is going to be like himself in the playoffs like he has been for a bunch of other teams, because his playoff numbers in his career have been absolutely insane. So I really hope that we could get him into the lineup and see if he actually plays like he did in his career in the playoffs, because if he doesn't play like that, I'm going to be kind of concerned, because we definitely need to have a good playoff goaltender, or else this team won't win a Stanley Cup likely. So there is that, and I think that's pretty much it. Before we get into this, I actually wanted to take a look at one thing. There was one thing I forgot to take a look at last episode, because we did trade away Brennan Bales to the St. Louis Blues, and then he got dealt to the Toronto Maple Leafs from St. Louis. So I did want to take a look at what he was doing on his three teams he played for. But yeah, we basically upgraded our team in the last episode as well, and that's why Bales was gone. But Bales played for three teams. You can see with us, he had 19 points in 41 games. Then he was doing actually really well with St. Louis, 16 points in 22 games. And then he got dealt to Toronto, and he had 12 points in 20 games. So looks like a pretty good year for him. I don't know how much that is in total. I don't want to do the math in my head. I could try and do the math in my head. It might be close to 40 points or 50 points. I don't know. But yeah, he played for a bunch of teams this year. And hopefully we don't have to face the Toronto Maple Leafs if we get to a Stanley Cup Finals. Because that would be kind of annoying having to go up against Bales in that sense. But anyways, let's get into this first round matchup and see if we're able to beat this Minnesota Wild team. Like I said, they are a very similar team to us in the regular season, so I hope that this isn't a team that's going to easily beat us. Hopefully we could somehow take advantage of the fact that we have way more experience than a lot of these other teams. So here we go, game number one. Let's see if Asher Vance can get off to a hot start. He had 64 goals this season, and he's been a machine always in the playoffs as well. So I hope that he can get off to a quick start here in round one. First period of game one, and it's scoreless. I'll take that. Very even period, as I was mentioning. It's going to be probably a series that goes 7 games, my guess, but shots are even. No goals so far. Can we find a way to break the deadlock in the second period? Second period, 1-0 Minnesota. I don't like that our offense hasn't scored yet. I do like the performance from Howden so far, but I do not like that our offense has been very quiet here. We are out shooting 22-20, but it seems like their goaltender Melnick has been very good right now. Come on, boys. We need that offense in this third period here. Vance, I'm calling on you. I'm calling on you. Hey, Kabanov scores on the power play to tie the game up at 1. Not who I expected to score, but I will take it for sure. That is good. We're into the final 10 minutes here, and of the third period, still a 1-1 game. Penalty kill. Nicely done, penalty killers, and Vance scores right after the penalty kill. And that will be the game winner. You always got to call on Asher Vance, because he will always deliver. And we win game 1, 2-1. Very solid effort from Howden in that first game. Maybe he just knows that since we have Okposo in the is one of our depth goaltenders, that his leash isn't as long as it was in the past. So who knows? We might randomly just turn to Okposo at some stage, but that was a great start for Howden, and I hope that he continues to build off that, because sometimes he has really good games for like a couple games in a row, and then he just completely craps to bed after that. So hopefully he's a bit more consistent this playoff run. But Kabanov from Burnstrom and Brissois, and Vance from Spiller and Morris. So good to see Brissois also picking up an assist in his playoff debut with us, because he hasn't had good playoffs in the past with the St. Louis Blues, but he hasn't gotten out of the first round as well. So Del Monte's losing morale because of ice time, which is kind of unfortunate because he's legitimately a rookie, but for some reason he's listed as a top 4 as a 79 overall. I might address our penalty kill and give him some more penalty kill time in that sense. Yeah, I think I'm going to take Spiller off this unit and put him in that spot instead. Just because our penalty kill also was kind of struggling in the regular season, so maybe a change is necessary. So we'll go with Spiller on the 3rd unit instead and see if that changes anything. Not that we really need to make changes, but I want to see if that penalty kill would be a little bit better. It was good in game 1. But obviously I just don't want players getting mad because of their ice time. So here we go, game number 2. We had a pretty solid first game. We need more offense maybe from our team, but defensively it was a perfect game. Let's see what happens in game 2. See if we could take a 2-0 series lead headed to Minnesota. First period, 1-1. Okay, I'll take that. Janik scores for them, and Brissois scores for us. Like to see it. So Brissois has already got 2 points in 2 games. He's doing his part. But they did get a power play goal, so those line changes might have conceded a goal on the penalty kill, which is not great, but at least it's a 1-1 game after 1. Shots are 11-9 in favor of us as well. Can we get that lead in the second period? Second period, 2-1 Minnesota. Don't like that. Kiskinen scores. Yeah, I don't like our lack of offense so far in this series, but if we could come through with another win, that'd be great. Shots are 24-22 in favor of Minnesota, so it's another tight game. Can we find a way to get this game tied up in the 3rd period? Come on, boys. Focus on that first. Focus on tying the game up. Asher Vance, somebody, and they score another power play goal against. This game's not really on Howden, but the offense has just been dried up. Janik makes it 4-1. This is not good. This is not good at all when the team is not scoring like they should, because they've scored now more goals than us in these first 2 games, and we're going to lose 4-1 in game 2 on home ice. That's not good. We literally have 3 goals in 2 games. That's uncharacteristic of us. Brissois from Reefers and Vance is our only goal. Yeah, Melnick's been good so far for them. How was Howden in that game? He wasn't terrible, but I don't want to turn necessarily to Okposo just yet. I might turn to Okposo next game because I don't know if I'll trust the rookie yet. So I think we are going to make some forward adjustments though and try and get that offense going, which means I am going to be moving Brissois down to the 2nd line, even though he has been good. I'll get Sanders back on that top line. And then bottom 6 wise, I think we're going to keep everything else the same. Yeah, because there's not really much we could do. We could technically swap Ziska and Adamski, but Adamski is technically listed as a 2nd liner, so I don't want him being on the 4th line. I could try making some adjustments like this, but there's not really much I could do that makes it work. I could move Jokela to the 2nd pairing. I don't know about that. Let's keep the defense the same. It hasn't been terrible. And we'll try Howden for 1 more game. Maybe not for 1 more game. Maybe for multiple games. We'll see. But, yeah, Vance needs to find a way to get more offense going. Like, 1 goal in 2 games is good enough for him. Like, he's point per game. But I definitely need, obviously, a lot more out of this team in terms of the offensive front. Worst comes to worst, we could always, like, flip, like, Kabanov and Reefers, something like that. Do anything to kind of get the offense maybe flowing a little bit better throughout the lineup instead of just one line doing everything. Okay, so it's a 1-1 series. We're now in Minnesota, so we'll need to take at least one of these two games, or else we're in a bad spot if that is the case. So hopefully we could take at least one of these games. If we take both of them, that would be even better, but let's focus on one game at a time and see if we could take a 2-1 series lead here. Come on, boys. Get that offense going. First period of game number 3. And it's 1-0 us. There's a good start. It's only one goal, but still, it's a good start. Vance, of course, on the power play. Vance is always the most consistent player on this team. A lot of other guys go quiet for quite long periods of time, but Vance is always the guy that shows up when it comes to the playoffs. Shots are 13-6 in favor of Minnesota, so good period from Howden. Hopefully we can kind of limit their shots a little bit, though, and get some more shots of our own. Second period, still 1-0 us. This has been a very defensive series in a sense. Like, we had a good defensive first game. Game 2 was pretty defensive up until the third period, and this game so far is also very defensive. They're outshooting us 24-15, but we still have that 1-0 lead. Can we get some insurance in the third and lock this one down? Come on, boys. They're definitely going to press hard here in this third period, likely. And Brunstrom scores. Okay, a goal from the back end, and Martin scores, and we have now a 3-0 lead. I feel much safer with a 3-0 lead than a 1-0 lead, so that's great. Thornton breaks Howden's shutout, unfortunately, to make it a 3-1 game. Brossoit answers back with a power play goal to make it 4-1. Janik makes it 4-2. Final few minutes. Penalty kill, nicely done. And we win 4-2 in Game 3. And we have a 2-1 series lead. Much better offensive performance from our team. And Howden was good again. 2 goals against on 36 shots. So Howden definitely has like a little bit of a push in him, it seems like, because he knows that Pozo is right around the corner from taking his job from the playoffs. So he's definitely trying a little bit harder this year, it seems like, so far. So Vance from Sanders and Brunstrom from Ziska and Martins from Ziska and Zubris, and Brossoit from Zubris and Recchi. So Zubris with a pretty good game. Ziska as well. So the depth scoring on his team did really well. Howden the first star, Martins the second star, and Pollock the third star. I'm liking Howden's performance so far. He is a pending UFA though, so there is a good chance he's gone this offseason because we already have like 3 goalies in the system that could take his job in a sense. So there is a good chance that Howden's likely gone after this playoff run, which really sucks, but at the same time, business is business. We got to kind of make changes here and then every year almost in a sense. We can't just keep running the same goaltender into the ground, especially if he's going to be inconsistent. So I hope this is the year, though, Howden proves me wrong. Let's keep the team the exact same. It was a good offensive game, good defensive game. Let's see if we could take a 3-1 series lead headed home. That would be great. We at least took one of those games in Minnesota so far, so that's a great sign. Game number 4, first period. 1-0 Minnesota. Don't like the lack of offense again from our team, but at least we're only trailing by a goal as Karkner has their goal. Shots are 12-9 in favor of us, but we're down by only a goal. Let's see if we can find one back in a second period. Their goal was like literally from right in tight, so nothing really probably Howden could do on that play. Can we tie this game up in a second? No, we cannot. We just completely fell apart in a second. There's the Aiden Howden I know. There's Aiden Howden I know. 3 more goals against Gerby, Pollock, and Gerby again. We were down 4-0. Brossoit gets another goal, though, which is great to see. Brossoit has been consistent. And we're back within 3, but we're getting outplayed in a sense because of the goal scoring. We're giving up way too many shots in like tight, it seems like. That's not great. Shots are 29-21 in favor of us, but we're down by 3 goals. Not looking likely that we're going to win this game. Yeah, I'm not liking the consistency of Howden. He has 1 good game, 1 bad game, 1 good game, 1 bad game right now. So we'll see if he's able to string together some wins at some stage, but right now I'm not sold on his play. Kabanov pulls us within 2, but it's kind of late to do that. Final few minutes, and that is going to be the final as we fall 4-2, and now we have a tie series at 2 apiece. Yeah, this is definitely going 7 games. The way it's been trending. Brossoit from Recchi and Spiller, and Kabanov from Brossoit and Recchi. Yeah, Melnick had a good game again. Yeah, that Melnick guy is actually pretty good. This is his first ever playoff run as a goaltender, too, because he didn't get any chances because of Matthew Addison before. Leonardo Knights has been injured in the AHL. That kind of sucks because that's one of the top prospects down there. If there's even one specific top prospect. Cade Shea is back for the AHL, which is good because that AHL team, if they're still in the playoffs, they need to have a bolstered roster. Which at the moment they are tied at, they're in the second round, I think. No, they're in the first round. I don't even know what I'm looking at right now because this game just likes to bug out. Do we want to make any changes to our lineup? Brossoit's leading the team in points, so good to see the new guy doing something, but the team isn't. Let's see. Howden stats in 903. We're going to try Ned for one game because he's Ned Okposo. See if he's actually that playoff goaltender. I just want to see how he does in action. And then I need to find a way to get this offense flowing a little bit better again. But there's not really much room for changes. Because I don't want to move Adamski down. He's probably complaining of ice time, right? Yep, he's complaining because of ice time. God damn it, Adamski. Aren't you on the power play? You are not. I'm going to take Zubris off this second unit then. I'm just going to try and get Adamski some more ice time so he's not complaining. Because maybe he's just dragging down the chemistry of this team. I might have to trade Adamski because I can't see him getting into the top 6. I didn't realize he was really listed as a second liner. Or I could get rid of Cabanov, but I don't really want to do that. Okay, so let's see if playoff Ned is going to be like playoff Ned. Is he going to have a good playoff game in his first ever playoff game with Chicago? He's been a consistently good playoff goaltender in the past with every other team he's played for. Will he be a good playoff goaltender with us? Come on, Ned. Let's see what you can do here. Give us this 3-2 series lead. First period of game number 5. 2-1 Minnesota. Not a great start for Ned. I mean, he faced 15 shots, but still not a great start for Ned. Even Ned Okposo can't help this team, huh? Sweat scores both their goals. Del Monte scores his first career playoff goal, so that's nice to see, but we're still down 2-1 after 1. Can we find a way to tie this game up in the second period? Come on, boys. And come on, Ned. Just play like you always did in Montreal and when you did in Edmonton and Bakersfield. Second period. 3-2. I guess I'll take it. They had a 3-1 lead. Sweat scored again, so Sweat has a hat trick. Brossoit pulls us within 1. Come on, boys. We got to win this one here, or else we are on the brink of elimination in the first round, which is not what we want. Shots are 24-19 in favor of Minnesota, down by a goal because Brossoit pulled us back in it. Can we tie this game up? Come on. Let's get her done. Let's get her done. Sweat scores again. You got to be joking me. Why does this Sweat guy have 4 goals? Recchi pulls us right back within 1. Power play opportunity. Come on, guys. 5-on-3. It's a long-ass power play, and we did not score on it with Asher Vance. That's not good. Final few minutes, and we lose 4-3 because Sweat scores 4 goals, and Okposo loses in his first game with us. That Sweat guy did not score at all in the prior games, and then he scores 4 goals against us. What the hell is that? Del Monte from Zubris and Corrado, Brossoit from Cabanov and Recchi from Brossoit. We're going to have to make some crazy adjustments here. That Sweat guy literally just killed us in that game. And Ned Okposo did not play like Ned. We might have taken him too late into his career. We might have taken him too late. Back-to-back losses. That's not good. We got to win 2 in a row here. One of them has to be in Minnesota. We're going to make some adjustments to our lines. And Okposo's going back out. We're going back to Howden. Because Howden at least has been decent at times. Okay, we're going to move Recchi to the top line with Cabanov in Vance. And we'll do Reefers, Sanders, and Brossoit, I think. Yeah. And then bottom 6-wise, I'm moving Adamski to the 4th line. I'm kind of pissed off at that guy. Move Gustafsson to the 4th line, maybe? Yeah, move Gustafsson to 4th line since he's a 2-way forward. Yeah, we'll try that. And We're going to swap Jokela and Burnstrom around, I think. Yeah, we'll do something like that. So this is our team for a very important Game 6. We need to win 2 in a row or else we're out in round 1, when we probably shouldn't be. This game literally likes slapping me in the face repeatedly, and there's a good chance we might get eliminated here unless we could pull off 2 wins in a row. Real-time simulation, we got to win in Minnesota. We have won 1 game in Minnesota so far. Can we win another and force a Game 7? I felt like this series could go to a Game 7, so let's make that happen here. And let's get out of this first round, please. Real-time simulation, come on, boys. Come on, Vance. I know you have it in you, man. And they scored first, and it's Rome, who I believe is a low overall defenseman. God damn it, and it was on their first shot of the game, too. Power play for us? Come on, boys. Let's go. Spiller scores on the power play, and Adamski scores on the power play, too. That's why I put him onto the power play. Huge goal there from Adamski. I demote him to the 4th line, and he gets a little bit pissed off. We outshot them 14-3 in that first period, but we're only up by a goal. We need more goals than this, guys. Come on. Let's keep on adding more goals, please. Second period underway, only up by a goal. Come on, boys. You got this. You got this. Come on, Vance. Come on, Brossoit. Come on. I don't really even know who else saw. You gotta be joking me. Ville Pettersson ties the game up at 2. Penalty kill. Nicely done. Ville Pettersson, of all people, ties this game up at 2. Shots are 28-13 in favor of us, but we're at a 2-2 game. Their goaltender is keeping them completely in it. Howden has not had a great game, but he hasn't had to face a lot of shots, so maybe just the defense is not doing too well in that sense. But we're a period away from potentially being eliminated if Minnesota scores early. That's not good. We need Vance here, and we need like the big guys to step up here. We need to force a Game 7. Because if we're out in round 1, I honestly have no answer on how to fix this team. Like this offseason, we're going to end up losing a ton of good players potentially. And we're going to be a much worse squad next season, I'd say. Well, maybe not necessarily next season, but still we're going to have to re-sign a ton of players. And this team might never be this good again in terms of overall rating. Please, boys. Come on, Vance, you can do this. Let's see what happens in this third period of Game 6. Come on, boys. Let's get her done. Penalty kill. Nicely done. And Vance scores. Let's go, Vance. He took that speech to heart, and he gets us the lead here in the third period of Game 6. I swear, Vance is the heart and soul of this team. And Vance scores again. What a man. This dude is a GOAT. He is literally, him and Parrott from my Anchorage series, both of them are literally just playoff performers. When you call on them, they always perform. 4-2 win with 42 shots on goal. We doubled them in shots and only won by 2 goals. And we go to a Game 7 back on home ice. Winner of the series will move to round 2. Spiller from Brossoit and Reefers, Adamski from Ziska and Recchi, and Vance from Morris and Kabanov, and Vance from Kachuk and Kabanov. And yeah, we're going to a Game 7, which hopefully Asher Vance could do some more magic with that. Vance is always the guy that we could look to. There's been a lot of 4-goal games. This has been a weird series, actually. Like, Game 1, we won 2-1, but then look, 4-1 loss, 4-2 win, 4-2 loss, 4-3 loss, 4-2 win. So the last 5 games have all been 4-goal. Whoever scores 4 goals wins the game. So that's a bit interesting. We're going to a Game 7. I think we got to roll with the exact same roster because we just won a game, but I really hope this is the team that could get it done in Game 7. Let's see anybody really doing bad. Brossoit's been fantastic. Gustafson's got no points so far in the playoffs. Yikes. I mean, at least he's now on the 4th line, but still, that's kind of nasty. How's Martin's face-offs now? 67. He's not good enough to really take draws. I think we got to keep rolling with this. And yeah, Howden's had some good games, some bad games, but we're going to roll with him for Game 7. Okay, let's see what happens. I am very scared to see what happens here in Game 7, because if we lose this, I honestly don't know what happens next. If we win this, obviously we keep on going. But May 1st of 2039, we have a Game 7. Every other series has ended except for a couple in the East, and then also Vegas and Seattle are going to Game 7. Okay, here we go. Real-time sim. Come on, boys. Game 7 on home ice. Let's see if Vance can do what he did last game. Let's go. Let's get this win. Let's get this win. Come on, Vance. Penalty kill. Let's start the game. Nicely done. Don't take too many penalties, boys. Please. We're getting badly outshot in this first so far. Come on, boys. Let's get her done. Power play for us. We do not score on it. And it is going to be scoreless after one with the shots 13-7 in favor of Minnesota. This is such a close series. Literally every single game in the series has been pretty close, except for I think that one game where we lost like 4-1. This is a crucial second period. Let's get that first goal and hopefully take it from there. But come on, boys, this is a crucial period, just like everything is. And of course they scored first. That's not good. That's not good at all. Come on, boys. We need to get that next one. Kabanov, Reefers hasn't scored yet. Yeah, Reefers has been quiet in terms of goal scoring. Oh, man. Come on, boys, please. And we are going into the third period down by 1 goal of Game 7. Shots are 24-18. We're going to go down to 4-time simulation. Vance, please. You did it last game. I know you can do it again. Just find a way to get some goals on the net. Please. I'm begging you, or else who knows what happens with the team around you. You're going to be here until the end of your career regardless, but the rest of this team is going to start to fall apart around you, and you might not get another chance at another Stanley Cup if this team continues to fall apart. Please get something done for me. Get this Game 7 win and get us to that second round. I believe in you, Captain. Let's see what happens. Power play to start the third period. That's a good sign. Come on, boys. And we do score on the power play. Let's go, Adamski. You might be getting promoted back to that third line soon. We'll see. Penalty kill. Please kill it off. Kill it off. Kill it off. Nicely done. Oh my goodness. This Game 7 is nuts right now. We're into the final 10 minutes of Game 7. Power play a chance for us. Come on, boys. Please. Come on. And we do not score on it. Oh my goodness. Final 4 minutes. Final 3 minutes. Oh my goodness. We might be going to overtime in Game 7. Oh no. Karkner scored for them with 2 minutes left. That's not good. We're going to intervene and watch because we need to watch this to see if we could tie it up. No. We're literally going to get eliminated because of a late goal. Potentially. Unless Vance has something up his sleeve. But this is not good. I was not expecting a goal against with that little time. I thought we were going to definitely go to OT. Come on, Vance. I'm looking at your face. Let's get this to an overtime period here. Come on. Let's get her done. Let's watch some of this third period, or this last bit of the third period. See if we can get it to OT. We're such a better team than they are, but for some reason we're having trouble against them. I mean, regular season-wise, we were pretty close, but still, we are technically a way better built team. Yikes, that was a dangerous shot. Brunstrom throws it to Spiller. We're almost into the final minute of play. We're on home ice. We need to force overtime here, boys. Reefers jumps in, and he gets completely smoked. That was a dirty hit, kind of. Well, not really, but still. Come on, boys. We're into the final minute. We need to get some offensive zone time. We can't let them run into our zone in this final minute. We need zone time of our own. Brunstrom takes it. He gets checked. Pedersen to Karkner. Get it out, guys. Get it out. Pedersen blocked. Here comes Brossoit. We're into the final 35 seconds. Brossoit tries a weird deke for no reason. He shouldn't have done that. Come on, guys. We're wasting time. We're not even getting anything set up here. We need to be much harder on the attack here. We dig it out. Adamski into the final 20 seconds. Sanders shoots and stopped by Melnick. And then, of course, their goaltender plays it. And, yeah, we're losing this game because our team is not getting enough offensive zone time here. What the hell is that? That's totally interference, man. Oh my goodness. And Karkner gets the empty netter, and we're going to lose in Game 7 of the first round. And I am at a loss for words. I don't know why this team cannot get over the hump. Is it because of Anze Kopitar as our head coach? Do we need a new coach? God damn it. First round exit, my ass. That's a load of shit. That is a load of shit. Most of these players, a lot of them might not come back, so this is a load of crap. We won one Stanley Cup and we cannot win another for some weird reason. Like, I don't know how my Anchorage team has won multiple cups, but this team cannot win another cup. This is frustrating. This is frustrating. Because there is a lot of pending free agents this year. We lose because of a late goal against. And then we didn't get enough zone time in that final little bit to even get a chance to tie it up. I don't know why Spiller was playing that weak on defense in a crucial game like that. Why is it always a first or second round exit with this team? Like, if you're going to eliminate me, at least eliminate me in the conference finals. Don't eliminate me in round 1 or 2. Because Brossoit might not even come back after that. Load of shit. Load of shit. Brossoit was good offensively. Vance was kind of quiet by his standards, but 4 goals. Can't really ask much more than that. Like, our depth scoring was good, but, like, Brunstrom was -5 in that series. And then guys like Jokela didn't even pick up a single point. What the hell? And then, yeah, Howden was inconsistent. Blackburn was decent in the loss. I guess he played a little bit of a game. Pozo was terrible in that one game. Should I have went to playoff Ned for Game 7? I don't really know. Let's go to the awards. Wrap up this season. Let's put Leonardo Knights back in, though, because the AHL team could still win a Calder Cup, but that sucks a lot. There is going to be a lot of change for next season, likely. With the amount of good AHL players ready, it's going to be probably some drastic changes. Come on, AHL team, win a Calder Cup. They might have been eliminated already, though, which is not great. There's a ton of low elites in the AHL. And they're still in the playoffs. Come on, Rockford, win a Calder Cup for me. You're the last hope. And no, they end up losing. Oh my god, that even hurts more. Bales goes on to win the Stanley Cup in Toronto. Calgary wins the Calder Cup. God damn it, Bales, you win a Stanley Cup in the season after you, like, well, the season you leave us. Bullshit. Bullshit. They beat Vegas in the Stanley Cup Finals. They swept the first 2 rounds, and then the other 2 rounds took 6 games. And our AHL team loses in the conference finals after last year lost in the finals, I think. Bullshit. So Toronto wins the Stanley Cup. We have not won a cup in 5 seasons almost now. Going on 5 seasons. Vancouver, the President's Trophy. Vegas, Toronto. Parks, the Art Ross. Cornet, the Hart. Christensen, the Norris. Fournier, the Bing. Ladine, the Calder. I don't remember. Oh, wait. No way. That is the former Cox that used to play for us as well. I'm pretty certain Skylar Cox, who we got in a trade, and then eventually we had to let him go because of salary cap, I think. Yeah, I think that's our former Cox that just won the Conn Smythe as well. Melnick the Vezina, Tulola the Jennings, Holmberg the Masterton, Booth the Adams, Robichaud the Selke, and Cornet the Lindsay, and Baumgartner the Richard. So no hardware even for our NHL team. Shea was the best goal scorer in the AHL, but he's like a career AHL player. There we go. Bullshit, man. Bullshit. I want to take a look at that Toronto team. Bullshiza. Yep, see, Skylar Cox just won a Conn Smythe. 30 points, 20 games. Drafted by the Rangers, we brought this guy in quite a few years back. We let him walk. He absolutely played terrible in Toronto for 2 years because Toronto was not a good team at that point. And now he's at the point where he's a Stanley Cup champion already. God damn it. He's a pending free agent. Alexander Alexandrov. Who else did they have? Any former players? Oh, the franchise guy in greening. I guess that kind of helps them. You gotta be bullshitting me. Bales does not do that. Brendan Bales goes on to put up 21 points in 20 games and wins the Stanley Cup the year he left us. He does not put up those type of numbers at all. With us, the most he ever put up was 11 points when we won the Stanley Cup in 2035. But now he's a two-time Cup champion, and somehow he was over point per game this year in the playoffs. Bullshit. Oh my goodness. This is a slap in the face, or more than a slap in the face at this point. Why do I recognize Karak now? I don't know where I recognize him from. Vic Zeeler, yeah, this guy's also really good. The strong guy's terrible, but god damn it. There's the Toronto Maple Leafs. I am very disappointed. Like, Asher Vance is probably disappointed in this team too. I kind of want to bring back Brossoit, but I don't know if we're going to be able to. Colorado, Tampa, Pittsburgh, LA, and Buffalo is your top 5 picks. We're not going to have any retirements, but might as well take a look at them anyways. Cole Caulfield's the big one that retires this year with the Pittsburgh Penguins. Almost point per game in his career. Lafreniere, who used to play with us, retires as well. I'm just going to scroll through this a little bit. Korchinski also retired this year. Damn. Former player, of course. I'm going to keep complaining almost through the rest of this episode at this rate. That is a load of ass, man. Why, though? I don't understand it, because I feel like my anchor teams that won Stanley Cups were much, much worse, overall-wise. At least on the second one. Camesso also retired. Shout out to Camesso. Retiring in the AHL. And there is the retirements. I don't think we had anybody, right? Because we're not even that old of a team. Yep. We might have to look for a new head coach. Maybe that's just the change this team needs. I don't really know. Kopitar is a good coach, but still. Because let's take a look at the contract situation for this offseason. Brossoit, he's a pending free agent. He wants pretty much the same amount he was getting paid in St. Louis, so I honestly might want to bring him back, but we might not have the cap space. We also have Recchi. 8.3 is not really that bad, but he's probably going to start to decline soon, I guess. Sanders wants a decent chunk of money, but he is only 28. There's Corrado, who's up for renewal. Wants a good chunk of change, considering he wasn't getting paid that much before. We have Martins, who's an RFA, so that's at least good. Him and Zubras. Len Morris, he wants 6. Ziska, he wants 2.5. So a lot of these players will be able to come back, but yeah, this is going to start to get pricey, likely. I also, like I was mentioning, like Komachi, Lorakainen, Brown, Corbet, a lot of these AHL players literally could jump to the NHL within a season. So we got to think about that as well when we're letting go players. And in this goaltending situation, Howden's a pending UFA. He wants an 8-year deal and almost $11 million bucks. And then we have 2 other elite goaltenders in Hue and Blackburn. Hue wants to take over that backup role already. And then Blackburn at 1.8. Net Okposo is likely not coming back, as he's dropping off a ton. And then there's Marsh, who's going to be playing in the AHL. And then we also have in the AHL Tyupkin, who's a 77. So we have 3 elite goaltenders that could all play in the NHL next year. which means likely Howden is gone in that sense. Oh my goodness. What the hell do we do? What the hell do we do? Progress reports. Let's take a look at this. See if there's any crazy growth. We are getting some drop off from reefers. That's not great, because he's already 33. Vance only dropped down a little bit in overall, but he still has the statistical growth in the stats, so he's still produced. But some guys dropping off. Hewig jumped up a lot. Brunstrom's dropping off already. That is not ideal. We also got even like Hutton, who should be on our defensive core next season. Oh my goodness. At least we're getting growth in the system, but man, this is disappointing. I wanted to keep this core together and win Stanley Cups with this core multiple times, but they for some reason can't do it. But there's a good chance a lot of these guys make the jump, like Parker Burrish next season. Final thing, let's take a quick look at the draft class, even though we don't have our first rounders this year because we dealt it away. And we once again have 2/3, a 5, 6, and a 7. We could always try and trade into the first round. There's a franchise player going first overall this year. It's supposed to be like Wayne Gretzky. This would have been the year for to not make the playoffs. Wow. Franchise player at number 1. Not going to do anything stupid like that, though. I could always trade away some players to try and move to number 1, but I don't think that's reasonable. Samuel Hagman, who's supposed to go in round 2, might be ideal. We could always try and trade 2/3 to move into the second, but this franchise mode is much more painful than my Anchorage series with the amount of losses in the playoffs. Kalpinen will pin you as well, might as well. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of our Chicago Blackhawks franchise mode. So in next episode, we'll take it to another offseason with the draft and re-sign stage, as we look to keep this team together in a sense, but also trying to get some of those younger guys into the NHL from the AHL. And yeah, who knows what this team's even going to look like next season. So anything down below, and I'll see you guys next time.